Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I am back with some more experiments in VGC. Yes indeed. Now it has been a very long while since I've done this, a good couple of months if not more, since we played around in VGC. And last time we were here, we were messing around with Belly Drum. You may remember I was trying to give Unburden to a Belly Drum citrus user, and we ended up using Poliwrath. Which is interesting because it was pointed out to me later, Poliwrath kind of sort of gets swim, which would have been so much easier to get exactly the same result. But you know what? That's just how we do things. If there's a simple way of doing it, we'll choose a different way. And you know, we're still working with Belly Drum, but in a slightly different way. And we've got a couple of new players on the field. And this team is based heavily around the pairing of Marowak and Slowbro. So let's take a look at those mons. First up, we have Marowak. This guy right here has the Thick Club, Lightning Rod as the ability, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Belly Drum and Protect with max HP, max attack and 4 into defense. Which is sort of an interesting thing. First off, Lightning Rod on Marowak might seem like a weird choice, but we'll get onto that in a little bit. Thick Club obviously doubles Marowak's attack. We have as much investment in attack as possible, and Belly Drum. That just kills things. It kills things dead. So that's the basic plan with Marowak. It is literally, the idea is to get Marowak as set up as possible and kill all of the things. Now, in order to help Marowak do this, its partner in crime is going to be Slowbro. We have an Oblivious Citrus Berry Slowbro here, with Trick Room, Scald, Heal Pulse, and Protect, with lots of HP, some defense going on there, 44 special defense and 88 in speed. So you can see where this is going. The idea is to get Marowak up to +6 under Trick Room, in order to just kill everything. Keep it healed up with Slowbro as much as possible. Now, to look into those abilities, Marowak, of course, has Lightning Rods, which would seem useless, but it's going to draw those electric attacks away from Slowbro. And very interestingly, it works behind Protect, which is why we have Protect here as well. Slowbro has Oblivious. In this kind of format, there's not a lot of switching going on, of course, so it doesn't need Regenerator. Oblivious is just going to help against the likes of sort of fast taunters. You know, I want to be able to get that Trick Room off as early as possible. Yeah, and that's basically the plan. You know, Marowak kills all sorts of things with that kind of power that it's packing. Now, interesting to see speed investment on a Trick Room setter. I have 88 speed, which, as you will notice, allows Slowbro to outspeed Marowak by 1 point. Which means Marowak outspeeds Slowbro in Trick Room. Now, I did have these battles that you're going to see shortly after recording the last episode, as it were, of this kind of VGC series. So, whilst I'm aware I had a very, very good reason, at least in my mind, for running 88 speed investment on Slowbro, I can't quite remember what that is right now. I'm not sure why I have that speed investment. I know in my head I thought that there was a brilliant reason for it, and I was a maverick genius for doing it. But I can't remember off the top of my head right now. It's been too long. I've been meaning to make this video for a while, but you know, things kept getting in the way, and this particular video was always kind of put to the bottom of the pile as far as priorities go, so I just kept putting it off and putting it off. Now we've got a little bit of time, I'm going to do it. So anyway, that is the main thinking behind these two. I'll quickly go over the other mons. We've got Abomasnow, Mega-Abomasnow as a secondary Trick Room sweeper. Special Abomasnow with Ice Shard. Packs quite a wallop, you know, and Hidden Power Fire is nice for the likes of Ferrothorn and stuff that I didn't really have too much for. Hitmontop once again is here, an absolute staple of the team. It is back again. Fake Out, Wide Guard, Rock Slide and Mac Punch, kind of mixed defenses, some decent attack investment. Thundurus, another staple, Zap Plate, Discharge, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice and Taunt. And we have a Sableye here, the second Prankster user, with Willow, Fake Out, Knockoff and Shadow Sneak. Now, 2 Fake Out users, very nice especially on this team. If for some reason I can't get the Trick Room up, I can bring one of these guys, Fake Out, and allow Marowak to do something. So Fake Out support is, you know, whilst it's very, very commonly seen in VGC, it's even nicer on this team. But hopefully we won't be resorting to these for too much. It'll just be Slowbro and Marowak. So without any further ado, let's get into a few post-narrated battles and see what this pairing can do. So here we have the first of the games of today, and we are against Atrocity06. He's got a team that looks like Marowak can have some fun with it. This game was actually fairly formulaic. I've just got it for a few interesting moments that happen, so let's get right into it. I lead with my usuals, Marowak and Slowbro. In come Crobat and Thundurus. This is beautiful. Thundurus is going to try and taunt, but of course it doesn't affect Slowbro, and there's the Tailwind. This works even better. I set up the Belly Drum with Marowak and the Trick Room with Slowbro. At this point, Crobat is going to protect, and Thundurus is going to go for Swagger, just to try and damage Marowak. I do get the Rock Slide off, Crobat survives because of Protect, Thundurus goes straight down, and I go for the Heal Pulse. In comes the Gengar, and this is quite funny. I hurt myself in Confusion, do 93% to myself. Go for the Heal Pulse, and for some reason my opponent is really targeting the Slowbro like it's the threat. I don't know why. Presumably banking Confusion. I get the Rock Slide off, down goes Crobat, take Gengar down to its Sash, as I go for the Heal Pulse once again into Marowak, as Slowbro goes down to the Shadow Ball, but that's absolutely fine. Tailwind runs out, I believe, at this point, but that's a non-entity. I go into Mega-Abomasnow as my secondary sweeper, and we both Mega up. Gardevoir is going to protect, Marowak is going to go for the Rock Slide, Gardevoir survives of course, Gengar is taken out easy peasy, and there's the Blizzard. And at this point the Trick Room is going to run out, but it's okay. All that's left is Gardevoir. I snap out of Confusion, go for the Protect. Here comes the Hyper Voice. It's going to do good damage to Abomasnow, but I will live, go for the Blizzard and do nice damage to the Gardevoir. And at the point of health we're at, Gardevoir cannot take out Marowak. Down goes Abomasnow. I am going to go for the Rock Slide here and take out the Gardevoir, granting us a 2-0 victory as far as this game goes. So Marowak putting in a nice shift. I mainly included this one for the Marowak hurting itself in Confusion and doing 93% damage to itself, which is mental, showing the power of Marowak. So that's the first game. Let's move on and find some more. Right, second game up against Adamarch92, and he's got some pretty bulky stuff, and this is going to really look like a bit of a challenge for Marowak to break through. The likes of Milotic is very bulky, Landorus as well. And, you know, Aegislash might be able to take a hit, I'm not really sure, but we're going to give it a go and see what we can do. I'm on the opposite side, I make my usual leads, and I'm faced with Landorus, Therian, and Medicham. Now, he's going to get the Intimidate off, this absolutely does not matter to this pairing. So Medicham comes in and is going to fake out the Slowbro and the hidden power onto the Marowak. I go for Belly Drum, and I'm at massively low health and Slowbro flinches. So it looks like I've messed up, but it's okay. As he brings in Serperior, I'm going to protect with Marowak, knowing Landorus will try and take it out, and I can set up the Trick Room with Slowbro. And here I can go for Rock Slide and just clean take out both Landorus and Serperior beautifully, and Heal Pulse into the Marowak, which is nice. So now in come the Medicham and the Aegislash. I'm just going to double protect here, knowing that they can both pack some pretty decently powerful priority moves. And so obviously nothing happens, and at this point he's going to do the same, go for his own double protect, as I go for an Earthquake and only succeed in taking out Slowbro. So down goes Slowbro, I bring in Abomasnow. My opponent's going to try and go for the cheeky double protect. Neither of them are going to come off. Marowak is going to go for Earthquake, take out Abomasnow in one, Medicham goes down, Aegislash gets critted and goes down as well, and Marowak is left to clear the field and stand strong alone, having taken out, I believe, 6 mons, including 2 of my own. Fairly entertaining. Always nice to be able to KO a Landorus Therian with a non-stab physical move. That's very nice indeed. I don't know whether the Aegislash would have lived without the crit, we may never know. But once again, Marowak proving its power in a massive way. And yeah, able to sort of circumvent taking massive damage early on, using the Protect that seems so strange on both things that use Trick Room. It looks like I might have been stalling it out, but you know, Protect is there for those kind of reasons. When I need to be able to set up a Trick Room when Marowak's at low health, go for the Protect, go for the Trick Room, we're still good to go. So, that's going to be the second game, let's move on to another. Okay, third battle of the video, and this, ladies and gents, is how we take on Bellyjet Azumarill, who is of course a huge, enormous, massive threat in any format, but especially in VGC, it's proven itself to be a massive pain in many people's rear ends. So here we go. I'm making my usual lead as ever, and Neon Freezy is going to go with Togekiss and Azumarill. So Togekiss goes for Follow Me as Azumarill belly drums up and gets its Citrus Berry, but this is not going to work because I have my own belly drummer, and crucially I have Trick Room. Now, at this point I know that the Aqua Jet is coming, so I protect with Marowak, switch into Sableye. I'm protected from the Aqua Jet, and Togekiss can't take out Sableye with an Air Slash. At this point what I can do is go for Fake Out onto Azumarill. Out prioritising Follow Me, he gets flinched, can't take out my Marowak, and I'm able to go for a Rock Slide and take out both Azumarill and Togekiss, which is fantastic. So now, in come Arcanine and Nidoqueen. He may take me down to only +5, not +6. That's not going to matter a jot to Marowak, who is going to go for Earthquake, and once again clear the field. Nidoqueen gone, Arcanine gone, and Sableye gone. Which is grand, absolutely grand. Another one of these really quick games where Marowak is the only one left standing. Friend or foe alike will fall to the power of Marowak's Earthquake. It is quite monstrous, indeed. To be honest, neither Dragonite nor Heracross were looking to take a Rock Slide either, so we were good in that respect too. Interesting to note at this point, by the way, that Marowak is going for spread moves, so they are lowered in a little bit of power by some form of multiplier, which just makes it all the more incredible that it's taking out all these things. But you don't mess with a doubled attack stat on top of a +6 boost, so, you know, I guess it's only fair that Marowak's getting all these massive amounts of damage on things. But that's the third game, let's move on to another. Okay, fourth battle, you still with me? Good, because we've just got this one and one more. I know it's a lot of battles to cram into one video, but they're very short and they're very fun. So here we have Andrew.Gonzo, and he has got some premier threats going on. Bisharp is enormous, with a lot of Intimidators floating around. He's got his own Intimidator, as my screen goes blank. I hope that is still recording, jolly good. He's also got a Cresselia. Now this, if anything's going to take a hit from Marowak, it's going to be Cresselia. So now we're going to hopefully be able to find out exactly how much damage we can do to a Cresselia. So we're going to get into the game, usual leads as always. Andrew's going to go with Bisharp, and he's going to go with Aegislash. So he's going to King Shield just to scout me out and go for the knockoff onto the Slowbro. I can of course live that because I'm a Slowbro. Belly Drum is going to go off like a charm, and here's the Trick Room. Now here, I'm going to protect with Slowbro. As the Shadow Sneak comes in, he goes for Sucker Punch with the Bisharp. I can take it, and I'm going to go for Earthquake. Obviously Aegislash is going to go down. Bisharp hangs on with the Focus Sash. Now at this point in comes Cress, and I know that the Sucker Punch is incoming on Marowak, so I protect. Bisharp goes for the Sucker, doesn't do anything. I can take it out with a Scald, and that's absolutely fine, as the Cresselia goes for a Calm Mind. Now, it turns out Andrew Gonzo's last Pokemon is Landorus. He gets the Intimidate, takes me down to a mere +5 once again. Oh well. I'm going to Rock Slide, miss the Lando, and do 71% to a Cresselia. That's amazing. He goes for Calm Mind. Landorus, who avoided the attack, is going to go for Earthquake. Marowak will take it. Slowbro will go down. But it's okay, I have Abomasnow, but Abomasnow is not needed. I Mega Up, I go for Rock Slides, Landorus is O-Code, Cress goes down as well, and that's going to be another victory. So Marowak hanging on once again, 71% to a Cresselia. That is mental. Like, with an unstab neutral hit, no matter how many boosts you've got, that's still incredible damage to one of the bulkiest mons that's ever existed. So Marowak again putting in massive amounts of work. A nice little KO for Slowbro, finally registering one for it, cleaning up that Bisharp as well. So yeah, that is going to be just it from this one. Marowak getting even more KOs, so without further ado, let us move on to the final game of the video. Right, this is going to be the final one. Our opponent has lots of power and lots of frailty. So let's see what happens. Blaziken and Thundurus is my opponent's lead. My lead is the same as it ever has been. So Blaziken's going to protect for the speed boost, Thundurus is going to go for the Thunderbolt, but of course I have Lightning Rod on Marowak, who goes for the Belly Drum, Slowbro goes for Trick Room, and Blaziken gets a speed boost. So Rock Slide comes in, Blaziken instantly dead, Thundurus instantly dead too, and I'm just going to Heal Pulse into the Marowak, and he has Greninja and he has Alakazam. Alakazam's going to Mega Up, trace the Lightning Rods. I protect with Slowbro, as Alakazam also protects, and I'm going to go for an Earthquake with Marowak. Greninja, of course, will go down to that, it's not taking that hit. And I'm going to go into Thundurus because I'm a bit of a dick here. I'm obviously going to take out the Alakazam. What I wanted to do was see out the game without taking any damage on any of my mons effectively. If we include the heal pulse getting me back up to full, I finished the game with all of my mons at 100% health. So that was just nice on a personal level. So yeah, that is going to be the final game of the of the video. Sorry, lost for words there. That's going to be the final game of the video. Once again, Marowak destroying faces. So yeah, that is basically going to be it from this team. It's just so much fun to use a +6 doubled attack Marowak in Trick Room. Just so many things die. I've actually got a list here of all the KOs. I got these battles over the course of an 11-game period where I went 11-0 with this team. So I've got this little list that I'm just going to run down. Marowak's KOs from 100%. Amoonguss, Rotom Wash, 3 Thundurus Incarnates, Hitmontop, Mega Manectric whilst burnt, Sableye whilst burnt, Togetic, Mega Sceptile, 2 Landorus Therians, Superior Mega Medicham, Shield Form Aegislash, Togekiss, Arcanine, Nidoqueen, Gyarados, Mega Beedrill, Pachirisu, Goodra, Aegislash Blade Form, Blaziken, Greninja, and Mega Alakazam. 26 KOs from 100%, a lot of them with unstabbed Rock Slide, and a lot of them with spread move lowered damage. We also did 96% damage to an Amoonguss and managed to get the KO on that. 75% to a Mega Gengar, which was a KO, cleaned up a Mega Gardevoir at the end, took a Gengar down to Sash and consequently KO'd it. 86% to a Crobat, 64 to a Azumarill, and of course that big 71 damage on Cresselia, and took a Bisharp down to its Sash but didn't quite register the KO. There were also 4 KOs against my own team. Slowbro from full, Slowbro from near full, Abomasnow from full, and Sableye from 70%. What that gives us over the course of 11 games is a total of 33 opposing KOs, 26 from full, and 4 KOs against my own team, 2 from full. Final rack up from after 11 games was 37 KOs for Marowak. And 1 Bisharp taking down to Sash. So basically 38 KOs. Which is mental. Utterly, utterly mental. Averaging over 3 kills a game. This is why I loved using this team, because it's just so much fun. You just kill everything with Marowak. But yeah, that was just me going over its stats. I'm going to get out of here. So thank you for watching this episode of the VGC Experiments. I do hope that you enjoyed. And yeah, with that, I guess, I will see you next time. Laters.